as a health stand, like I just don't really feel he has that much farther to go.
I know
he's got to get timing down, but I mean the strength looks like it's there.
It feels like he didn't take, like he just hasn't rested like all off season. Like I feel like we've been watching these workout videos since November.
Ryan,
no,
he's lazy.
His season ended early.
Polanco's lazy, Marte's lazy, and meanwhile, all you do is see him working out every single day. But that's for sure. That was one thing that I guess impressed me, was the fact that it's not like he worked out in the Dominican either. So he stayed here the whole offseason. He was in Bradenton the entire offseason, working out like a beast, the animal that he is. You got to give props. For whatever reason you don't like Polanco on the field, like you have to give him props behind the scene. This guy works out. Like he does take his craft serious. So, man, I just can't wait to see it.
Getting back to Melky, if he does make the Pirates out of camp, that would be his 8th major league team in his career. This will be his 15th year in the majors.
How crazy is that, too?
It is. And so, like,
forever.
I'm looking through just his baseball reference page here, and DiNardo, like, dial up the 2012 year with the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Like, are you seeing these numbers?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he's a career 103 OPS plus, and he was below average hitter every year up until 2011, where he was a 121 OPS plus. And then 2012 with the Giants, 501 plate appearances, slashed 346, 390, 516, 157 OPS plus.
Check his P.
Yeah, he was an all-star that year. The only time he was an all-star, but oh my God. But like you said, since then, he's had some pretty good years with like above average, but nothing like that year. So, and this will be his first time back in the National League since that Giants season, actually. So maybe it's a National League thing. Maybe we'll dial up and get the 2012 Melky Cabrera.
I'll take it.
Which, wasn't that the time when he was suspended for PEDs?
You know what? I imagine.
As it was.
Like I'm looking at it, and the next year with the Blue Jays, he had 88 games played. So I'm wondering if it was that year that he got suspended.
I think it was because
or like the end of the 2000.
Jagoff Mark Madden tweeted out about, is Pittsburgh going to be okay with having a PED user on the team? And it was like, dude, that was like 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Plus, we have Cervelli and Marte on the team who most recently got busted for PEDs. So what are you talking about?
Does anyone listen to Mark Madden for any logical thought?
I know.
Who cares?
But
who cares what he says?
It's like, what in the world? So
all he wants is your attention.
Yeah, he got suspended in 2012. So that was that year.
So I assume it was probably the end of the year then? Is that what happened?
They were like,
finish
bro,
out the season?
They were like, your OPS plus is 157
well,
games.
Well, think about it. I guess it's never that he's been like a bad hitter, but that was just clearly out the norm. Clearly.
Yeah,
and then the very next year with the Blue Jays, he went from a 4.5 F4 in 2012 with the Giants, as you mentioned. The very next year, when he comes back from his PED suspension in 88 games, he had a negative .2 WAR. So that tells you there might have been something in his system.
He was the All-Star Game MVP that year, too. So he was the All-Star Game MVP in July, and then on August 15th, he got suspended for 50 games. So I'm guessing he missed the rest of that year, and then he finished it up like the next year.
Very nice. Very nice.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Melky. So, yeah, I mean, PED thing. Look, I mean, we've talked about it with Marte and Cervelli, obviously. Do I think these guys, obviously I think these guys should get another shot. And like I said, it was 7 years ago at this point. I'm not really concerned about it. Number one, I'm not really concerned about it because I don't think really Melky's going to make the team. And if he does, like I said, once Polanco comes back, I don't really see him staying on the roster.
Not really, no. I mean, I guess it just goes. I mean, here's my thing, okay? We've talked about this before this offseason. It's just like the Pirates just have this collection, this large collection of mediocre players, and that's just the problem when you get like a Melky Cabrera. It adds to the pile of other Melky Cabrera types. So it's just wondering like if it's going to be him or the guys that you already have on the team, like a Pablo Reyes or such. So I don't know. We'll just have to see.
And stay tuned because we're gonna break down our 25-man rosters. Shout out to Smitty.
Stay tuned, or just shut the show off now. It's about to get worse.
Turn it down. Shut it down. I was going to say, because we got to bring up the other minor league deal that the Pirates had. And they've had like 6, I swear, in like the past month.
The past week.
Yeah. Well, so there was, okay, so.
I mean, we're counting Garth Brooks, right? He's officially signed?
Right. Now, he signed a major league deal, shortstop.
Yeah.
So we got Nick Franklin, who the Pirates signed to a minor league deal. And then we also have, I don't think we talked about Tom Kohler as well, who's injured. He's pretty much out all year, right? From what we've been reading.
We really didn't talk about that. I guess we should.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Let's start with Franklin, though.
Yeah, I mean,
just so
I don't know, Franklin. So Franklin last year, I mean, so basically Franklin's been this utility kind of infielder utility man, plays all over. Came up with the Mariners, was with the Rays, the Brewers, the Dodgers. Last year appeared in 2 plate appearances for the Brewers. Went 0 for 2. Didn't strike out though, but basically second base, outfield, some third, shortstop. I don't know. He hasn't really done. He had a nice year in 2016, which was pretty much his only. He's never really had, like, besides his rookie year, plate appearances over 170 some. So it's been very sparingly bench utility, and that was his best year in 2016. Since then, I think just injuries and not really catching on with anybody. And here the Pirates pick him up.
Right. And let's clear this up too. Like when we say it's his best year, it's his best year, and he had a F4 of 0.1 WAR. So,
his only productive year. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I won't say his only. So you did speak of his rookie season, 2013, with the Mariners. That was successful. Yeah. I mean, I guess the offensive numbers, the averages, right? The numbers that we probably looked at back in 2013 didn't stand out. I mean, 225 average, 303 on base, nothing big. But he did have a 1.4 F4, 93 WRC plus. So, like, it wasn't terrible. That's his rookie year. You expect maybe some production upwards, and it hasn't been good. So, yeah, 2016, his best year, 109 WRC plus. For his career, he's at a 78 WRC plus. And really, when you take out the 109 and the 93 in his rookie year, as we mentioned, he hasn't had a WRC plus above 48. So I'm not expecting anything out of Nick Franklin opposed to I don't know.
Minor league depth.
I guess obviously building up the pitcher's egos when he strikes out.
I mean, all these guys, if they don't make the team, they would have to accept the minor league option, but like Franklin, I mean, he spent 20 games last year at Double-A with the Brewers, so I could see like Franklin being kind of some minor league depth at Indy or whatever.
Maybe, but do we even need that?
I mean, he can play all over, but I know.
Well,
it depends on where
it
depends on where Newman and Kramer, like who's making the team actually. Which stay tuned, we're going to talk about it. But yeah, so, I mean, I could see Franklin at this point, accepting a minor league assignment, and then who knows, maybe if we have some injuries or whatever, he could get a call up mid-season. But yeah, this isn't. There's not much here, man.
Yeah,
28 years old. I mean, he's 28. He's
really
not like he's not old, but
it's just a minor league sign, like you said beforehand, Ryan. I mean, you're going into camp. You need bodies. That's what it is. And we obviously need middle infielders, and apparently we're not getting them on major league levels or anyone else. Period. So he comes in as a body. That's like literally what it is right now.
But
this is the one. When I talk about minor league deals that I don't care about, this is the one I care about the least.
Right. And just like to touch on this free agency as a whole and minor leagues, these minor league deals, like, is it not like we're seeing like deals like,
Stop whining.
We're 3 years ago, not 3 years ago, like guys like Melky, Hunter Pence, and whatever would have gotten like 2 years, $20 million, or like Pence had a ridiculous deal, which the Giants obviously were paying, hurting on for that for the last couple of years. But
Ryan. Just go give Bryce Harper $50 million a year now.
Right.
Because they're good enough to do that right now.
But the minor league deals, like Hunter Pence just took one with, the Rangers, and then the Pirates are signing, like, everybody to a minor league deal. So, like, I feel like this is, like, the new thing. Like, these guys, they have like, Hunter Pence, like, it's crazy to me. Like, just not that long ago, these teams would have gave these guys, like, $10 million. Now, we all said, what are these teams doing? But it's like finally, like, people have caught on. I don't know. It's crazy to me.
I don't know.
But let's talk Tom. Let's talk Tom Kohler. So this is one of your Marlins pitchers for a long time. Not a long time, but he 4 or 5 seasons with the Marlins.
Decent amount, yeah.
Was a starter obviously the whole time. Finished up. Was he traded in 2017 to the Blue Jays? He pitched. I don't know. He pitched for the Blue Jays out of the bullpen, but he's basically injured. He's out for, I'm pretty sure, like all this season. Is that correct?
So from my understanding is he's at least out for most of it.
Okay. So it'd be one of those he could make. I mean,
if he comes back, it's going to be like late into the season. So let's put it that way.
Right. He could make the team, and then you just put him on the 60-day DL, kind of like a Nick Birdie situation, and you go from there. Once he's actually healthy, you see what you have. But
yeah, I mean, I absolutely see him, like you say, making the team. I mean, this signing was designed for next year.
Right. Yeah, and I'm looking up. Of course, they don't have any. There we go. So he was traded by the Marlins with cash, DiNardo, to the Blue Jays for Osman Gutierrez. Yeah. And then he was with the Dodgers. They released him. So, yeah, he hasn't pitched since that Blue Jays stint in 2017. So, all of last year, like I said, probably not going to pitch this year, if at all. So, hey, why not stash him away, wait till he's healthy, and see what you have.
That's basically it. This is the Pirates' version of Eovaldi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, let's get the cheaper guy and do the same thing, so we can sign him on to this cheap ass deal with the option of 2020. I don't hate it. He's not a bad pitcher by any means. I mean, the thing is, he's just not a good one. When you look at Eovaldi, although, I mean, you and I were both really down at Eovaldi. Now, he definitely changed some things, and that's why when he came back, he was productive. But this guy threw hard and just the straightest plane of a fastball. Everyone could hit off of it. It was almost like Eovaldi was basically Caminero in the starting form for how many years, basically. Pineda is definitely one. I wish the Pirates would have went after Pineda. They didn't. He goes to the Twins. But, there's an example. Those are guys that you have on the mend. They can come back and be that difference maker. Where with Kohler, it's just well, you can get him for really cheap, and if he comes back, he could be your 5th starter, or not even a late inning bullpen guy, but just a middle innings eater in the bullpen. There's not a whole lot of upside with this. So
no. I mean, he pitched. I mean, he pitched well out of the bullpen for the Blue Jays in 17 innings, but take that for what it is.
Yeah, and again, I'm saying he's not a bad pitcher by no means. He is not a bad pitcher. I don't hate this signing, but it doesn't come with the upside that the other ones do. That's for sure.
And I'm surprised. I didn't know he was this old. I thought he was 28, 29. He's 32, so by the time he's probably looking to be pitching for you, he's going to be 33, 34. Yeah, so good times.
Yep. So we can move on again?
Yeah, we can move on. So I just kind of wanted to get the list here.
This offseason, breaking down our signings, they've been...
I know, right?
They've been awesome.
So the Pirates, actually, major league deals, they signed Lonnie Chisenhall, Jordan Lyles, Jung Ho Gung, traded for Eric Gonzalez, and then I guess they picked up Aaron Slagles off waivers, and then the minor league deals, Francisco Liriano, Tom Kohler, Brandon Maurer, which we didn't really talk about, another bullpen arm, Tyler Lyons, Nick Franklin, J.B. Shuck. How about that, DiNardo? J.B. Shuck.
Woo!
Come on,
yeah, and then some other guys that aren't going to make the team. So, yeah, it's this is what we get to look forward to these days. Minor league deals.
Remember when people like Matt Joyce were signed to minor league deals, making the camp? I mean, you saw something out of Matt Joyce. You're okay, well, Matt Joyce, I do like. I guess you could kind of compare Joyce to Cabrera, actually. But the J.B. Shuck, Maurer, get away from me. I don't think any of them guys are making it.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Dustin Ackley show up yet.
Oh my God, Dustin Ackley!
I think we did.
We're talking about Nick Franklin, Dustin Ackley. That's a name.
I want to say we did give him an invite one year. I'm looking this up. Maybe not. Maybe I dreamt that. But yeah, he's what the heck's he doing?
How do you know you're a Pirates fan? You dreamt that the Pirates signed Dustin Ackley to be invited to camp.
Yeah, it says he signed as a free agent to the Mariners this January, so that'll be interesting.
So he's back with them?
So, back with the Mariners, I guess, according
right.
to Baseball Reference. So, but yeah, we got a lot of minor league deals. Now I was going to ask you a question, like which one of these minor league deals, like, do you most likely